Peter Smith here again. We're in at the UN. We're in conference room 6. A lot of bad things have happened in here and a lot of good things too over the years. I've got a brother here from Canada. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is David Cooke. I'm with Citizen Go, and I live in Woodstock, Ontario, just near Toronto. I'm married and have 2 kids. And that's me.
Mm-hmm. And you said you were a pastor?
Yes, I was trained at Toronto Baptist Seminary and have pastored in a number of different churches, mostly interim work over the years.
Yeah. What got you involved with Citizen Go?
Well, I have a passion for getting the message out there in the public sphere. I just have had this sense, especially the last 5-10 years, that, especially in Canada, there's a fear in the Christian community. People are afraid to speak out. They're afraid to just even voice their opinion. And Citizen Go is, as you know, it's a tool to make it really as easy as possible for people to voice their opinion, sign a petition online. And I was really excited about that, hoping that this could be a way, a means we can motivate people to speak out.
Yeah, Canada's probably the worst delegation here on the life and family issues.
I am aware of that.
The Canadian delegate was being a total jerk in the negotiations late last night and pushing this lessons on depravity, which they call comprehensive sexuality education. Canada's only a little country. There's some other big players that will sort him out, I'd say.
Yes, it likes to think it's a bit bigger than it is.
No, it's mainly just ice and land.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
No, but there's some good bits. I've been there. There's a few good bits, yeah. I'm from Australia. Most of that's just dust and rock, but some of the rock's good, iron ore and stuff.
We like to think that maybe a lot of it's just Trudeau, Justin Trudeau, our leader.
It's you've got someone like that. But anyway. What's your first impression of the UN? I believe this is your first go at the UN.
It is.
Yeah.
It's quite a place.
Yeah. Intimidating?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I'm not intimidated anymore.
I can tell.
I tend to intimidate. They don't intimidate me.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good, yeah.
But nicely. I intimidate nicely. I'm not. We have a rule here. We don't be rude to the opposition.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of Australian radical feminists right next to us, and they're a little bit uncomfortable, but it's neither one thing or the other to me.
Right. Yeah.
So, do you know how much bad stuff the UN does here?
I'm getting an idea, and it's scaring me because I was aware of a lot of this before, but my eyes are opening up.
Yeah, the Secretariat here want to push the radical agenda that Canada and the Scandinavians and Britain are pushing in Australia. New Zealand's awful. I think abortion on demand is sort of the liberating thing for women, but I don't think you get liberated by killing your unborn children.
No.
Quite the reverse.
I think so. Yeah.
And of course, the gay things and the trannies and all the other jazz, all that comes on here. But you see, the Muslims and the Africans don't go along with that. So I've got a phrase for women and girls in all their diversity.
Right. Yes.
I'm sure you're familiar with that kind of term.
It's in a way, it's like you want to stand up for women. This conference, it's about women and girls, and then you say in all their diversities, and by that you mean homosexual, transgender, you mean anything. A guy who's saying he's a girl, and then all of a sudden, who are you standing up for now?
Yeah. See, they've had 62 commissions on the status of women. Know how many meetings they've had about men?
I can take a guess.
0.
Right. That's
0. You see, that's what I like about Dr. Jordan Peterson. He's speaking up for men, and he's saying, well, these men have never had men in their 20s and 30s never had a word of encouragement in their life. And I mean, this place epitomises that sort of thing. It's
well, I was sitting in on one meeting, and it was just about getting more women in engineering, which is a great thing.
Good.
But then they were saying, the wording they used, pale, male, and stale, as the
Well, you see, I did an engineering degree, and my view on this is that the white men gave us the modern world, the Industrial Revolution, and the whole works, and we probably paid for them to come here. And you know, men are just sort of cast aside now. You see, I think in Britain, 92% of workplace deaths and injuries are to men. Not much equality there. And then you look, how many lady bricklayers are there? Not too many.
Well, I wonder where all the male nurses are, and
Well,
why aren't they fighting for more male nurses?
Well, you see, in Scandinavia, only about 5% are men. Now, when I did my engineering degree in Tasmania, we had 200 undergraduates, and we had one female undergraduate. We did everything we could to get, you know, ladies to come and do engineering. One of my daughters studied engineering, civil engineering and architecture, and she didn't like the the job site in Glasgow where she worked one summer, and she didn't like the design office, so she just gave it up. She just didn't like it. And most women don't like it.
Right.
I had a man put a burglar alarm in my house, and he said, "Oh, this woman wanted to come and work with me." So he says, "Fine, I'll give you a shot. See how you go." And I went to the first house, and he opened the trap door and says, "Then you go into the crawl space." Oh, she said, "Oh, I go down there, you know." And he said, "Well, that you got to run the wiring down through there." So, you know, and if they're up high, they don't like working up high on power lines and stuff like that either. Or, I mean, I was walking through Glasgow Central Railway Station once when it was getting refurbished. All men. I was a single woman. They want to be the managers and they want to boss the men about, you see. But the tough jobs are not so interested in.
Well, that's the thing that I'm not hearing is, well, what do, like, here's an agenda to try to force, 50-50.
Ah, the force.
Right? But what do women want? What are they, what
yes.
is their desire? What is their design? Like, where is the conversation around that?
Well, there's also no mention of complementarity.
Right.
And there's no mention of getting along with men. It's just criticism of men and white male patriarchy and repression and all this sort of nonsense. But there's nothing about how will we get along together better. And people wonder why Trump got elected, because almost all the white men in America, they only had one candidate to choose from, you know. Hillary never had Hillary for white men. She had Hillary for everything else, but not for white men. And to alienate half the population of the country, I don't see how that will fix problems in the world.
No. Like playing up race, playing up sex, playing up these things, it seems to be more geared to divide, not geared to work together to solutions.
Yeah. And we need to work together. There's lots of problems in the world, and women have a lot of difficulty in a lot of countries. I've been to some of these countries, and it's bad. But to alienate the men, I don't think is going to produce a good solution.
No, not at all.
So thank you, David. God bless you.
God bless you.